And we're recording. Hi, my name is Calandra Stevenson. I am 23 years old and I've been dancing at RUD for 9 months now. I've heard about RUD, first time I want to say like 2017 is when I first heard about RUD, but I was kind of like a little too scared to come out. But then once I heard that RUD had a competition team and I always wanted to be a part of one, so I took the opportunity. And I was kind of scared at first. It was like a different pace and everything, because this would be my first time being in a studio, because I never had the chance as a kid growing up and everything to be in one. So once I had this opportunity, I just had to go for it. For real, it was after we just finished the Christmas parade and we was having like our Christmas party and everything. And it was like after hours, everybody just finished leaving. DJ was still playing music and they was like performing the company dances, and I was just looking and I was just like at all, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I need to do this, like this is what I want to do. At first, it was more so I grew up as like the choir kid and everything. Like at the age of 4, started at like my junior choir at church and everything. And so on and so forth, dancing started to get incorporated into that. Getting towards middle school, that's when I actually became more fluent with dancing. I joined our school's dance team for like a year or two. Then when it came to high school, I was introduced by my sophomore year. My chorus teacher came up to me and was like, hey, I want you to be a part of our women's show choir. And eventually I was made captain, then, co-captain, then captain. And ever since then, it was like, okay, I got this, let me see what else I can do. And then I saw RUD, and then it was like, okay, maybe this is where I need to be, and this is exactly where I need to be. Pursuing dance as a career is one of the main things that I would love to do in life. I can say for the 2 lessons that I have learned being here is one, patience, because I'm terrible when it comes to patience. I have none. So it's like I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to do this, but I'm not always going to get it. And that's my second lesson. It's like I'm not always going to get it the first time. So I always have to like keep telling myself like, yes, you're good, but like you have more growing to go through, more evolving. And so I try to keep pushing myself. It was like, yes, you did that, but what else can you do? My favorite thing about dance, I said earlier, is like it brings me joy. Like when I'm having a bad day and somebody sees it, it's like, girl, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just in one of my moments, and he'd be like, you know what, go put your headphones in, just start dancing. And then once I do it, it's just like, oh, a whole different new person. So dance is a very big part of me, and I will cherish that to the day I die. My favorite thing about RUD is like the family atmosphere. Like at first, like yes, I have my own family, but my family's like spread out now. So it's just like I'm here kind of like not really by myself, but I am by myself. So it's like being here, I kind of like have like my own little family that I get to see like almost each and every day and you get to hang out with. So that's pretty cool. And also I have friends now, because at first the friends that I did have was not like looking for like my best interest. So now I have those type of people that are looking for my best interest and wants to see me do well in life. I'm an R&B girl at heart. Like everything that I do, it has like some type of R&B flow to it. If not, I might break out of it and do like a high upbeat hip hop type scene, but mostly it's just strict R&B. One of my inspirations, my father, because he's always taught me to do the things that I love. And he was honestly the first person to actually guide me into that direction of dance, even though he gave me like my first stepping stool of music, which is singing. Just being at RUD, I have like a plethora of people that I would love to meet, like Wildebeest, Janelle, Aaliyah, Isabel, all those different people. But just being at RUD, I met my #1 artist, my favorite choreographer, and that's Phil Wright. Phil, I love you so much. Oh my goodness. Just being in that moment, and then having like that moment where he called me and I was like, okay, I'm thinking I'm just gonna be like in like the back of the group. No, he wanted me to be on his left side, and I was like, oh my goodness. I tried not to pass out. I was having a fangirl moment the entire time, and I was like, you know what, you gotta do it, you gotta dance. You gonna have your moment, you gonna get your picture. That was it. The way that he moves, like he can just bring like that fun energy out of it. Like my favorite one that he has done so far will probably have to be that Drake song, what is it, Kiki? Yes, that song will forever be my favorite one. Anytime I hear it, I just gotta bust into it. Or any song that he has ever done, I've still honestly remember it still to this day. And I've been watching him since like, I wanna say my freshman year of high school. So I've been keeping up with Phil for like a long time. My senior year of high school, me and my family were kind of like going through like a housing situation and everything. So we kind of had to like relocate to Glen Allen, which was kind of farther from my high school because I went to Henrico. So we kind of had to move and everything, and so it was kind of hard because for some odd reason, everybody else's computer was working fine. They can do their homework and projects and everything, but my laptop. So I'm basically kind of like struggling just to graduate high school. And then eventually I did that, but it was just like, it wasn't enough. So I'm basically struggling just to get back and forth to work because we're still in Glen Allen and my job is like all across town. And I'm basically looking after like my father and my sister and whoever needs like a ride to get to work, I'm basically providing for them instead of myself. End up losing my job. So at that point, I just fell into like this deep depression where it's like I did not want to do anything. Like you walk into like the room and everything, into our hotel room, and you just see me laying in the same spot as if I'd never gotten up. I gotten up, but just not to the point where it's like I'm productive or I feel good about myself. So eventually, I want to say like in August, my mom, first week of August, no, September, because they was about to start going back to school. My mom, she told me, she was like, you know what, you need to get up. You're going with your sister to Hampton and everything for a week. You gotta get out of this funk. And so once I got there, I was like, okay, so I have nothing to do. I'm basically here by myself. My sister going to work. So I'm like, you know what, let me just start dancing again, see if that helps. And I played this particular song. It's called Cold Air by the Hicks. And it's this nice R&B, jazzy type vibe or whatever. And for some odd reason, it's just, once it started playing, it's just something just like, I just snapped out of it and I just kept going and going and going. And ever since then, I was like, I'm not gonna let anything else stop me for what I wanna do with my life. Like dancing is where I wanna be, what I wanna do, and I can't let myself be the reason why I don't get where I need to be. Some advice, don't be afraid to go out there. Don't be afraid to stand in front of the class, and even though you are gonna mess up, 9 times out of 10 you are gonna mess up, because even I mess up. Even the best dancers in our studio mess up. So when those time comes, just learn from those mistakes. Learn from like those moments where it's like, okay, I did that, let me see if I can do this better. Or let me see if I'm always like in the back or whatever, let me see what I can do to better myself, to get myself to the front where everyone can see the potential that I have. Being at RUD is the best thing that I have ever done in my life, and I do not regret it.